Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about zodiac signs and health, and I'm going to go through all 12 signs one by one and talk about just their general health and what parts, I guess you could say, what each sign rules health-wise and what they might be susceptible or prone to as far as illnesses. Now, we look at Aries, and this is arguably, I don't know if it's indisputable, but I believe it could very well be the most physically fit of all signs on average, which can be maybe the result of them just being very active and energetic, and the ability because of this being able to stay in shape. We look at Aries, and I think injuries can come from result of impulsive, impetuous aggressive actions, and such as just having accidents, being somewhat accident prone. Aries rules the head. Aries can be susceptible to injuries to the head and face. They could be prone to headaches, and very because Aries can be very impatient. What they might be wary of is that they might be very impatient with the diet, and they need to show maybe more, I think on average, a little more persistence with this. If they need to go on the diet, try to do more maybe to stick with it. Now, Taurus, this is generally a robust, strong constitution. I look at this as the sign of endurance, and may appear indefatigable. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but anyway, I think when we look at Taurus, I know this rules the throat and the neck, and they could be prone to sore throats, injuries to the neck. I had a herniated disc in my neck, and I have Taurus rising, so I've had a problem there anyway. Hyperthyroidism could be a affliction that maybe Taurus might be more prone to than the other signs. Consistent exercise is essential for this sign, as this sometimes can be a stagnant or sedentary type. There might be a propensity to put on weight quickly, so exercise is very important for Taurus compared to many of the other signs, I believe. Now, Gemini. Gemini's health, I see it as adequate. It's not known for their endurance and stamina, contrary to Taurus. Gemini rules the hands, the arms, and lungs. They can be prone to sprains in arms, hands, and wrists. We look at possible catarrh in the lungs is another possible affliction. Now, this sign tends to act more in spurts. I see Gemini as opposed to Taurus. Gemini is kind of like the sprint runner, running a 100-yard dash, but Taurus is more of that mile and over runner, because it's more of that sustained, slower effort, but able to do more over a period of time, as opposed to Gemini. Now we look at this Gemini often likes exercise, but as I have stated before, it seems like they like things that are quick, because due to their restlessness. If it's a workout routine, they might do like 30 minutes or something at a time, or not really want to stay with it for a very long period of time in terms of whatever their workout routine would be. It would be things that they maybe incorporate a lot of variety into, whatever it may be. Well, anyway, the next sign we'll talk about is Cancer, and Cancer is not known for a robust or really strong constitution. Cancer rules as you could say, the chest or breast area, and we look at in the stomach as well, and look at Cancer. Obviously they could have problems that are associated with those areas, as far as like ulcers or cramps or stomach aches, and stomach cramps, I should say. I knew someone that had has Cancer rising, and it seemed like she just had was sick virtually constantly, and I know this is very isolated, but it seems like Cancer, unfortunately, is one of the weaker signs in terms of the health, along with Pisces. I would say Cancer also can have that predilection, unfortunately, for worrying too, which is obviously it's not necessarily good for the person's health. Now the next sign we'll talk about is Leo, and Leos can have great vitality and energy, and their energy can seem inexorable to others. Leo rules the heart. They may be prone to heart disease, maybe stronger than the other signs on average. And also perhaps Leos can have even maybe back problems as well. We look at such as a protruding or bulging disc in the back. This could be someone that might be susceptible to, say, rheumatic heart problems or diseases, heart palpitations, due to extravagance and their extravagant taste. Leo, unfortunately, could be a sign that is overindulgent, and they have to be careful about maybe eating or drinking too much, and as there could be a stronger possibility, maybe compared on average to the average sign, or on average as far as weight gain. So that's something that they need to probably be careful and be prudent about, is what they're consuming. Now Virgo. Often, especially Virgo rising, can have a very kind of slender build, and they don't, even though they don't appear always very robust or very necessarily look very strong, but this is a type of person that is often enamored with health, very health conscious, and can have a very good constitution. Now Virgo rules the intestines, so they can get things connected with this, and problems with their intestines, maybe during the course, perhaps at some point, not during the course of it, but maybe at some point in their life. And this is a sign that, like some other signs, do have that predilection or propensity for worry, unfortunately. And we look at Virgos, they often, this is the type that can stick with a regimented diet or routine, perhaps stronger than most other signs, and they don't necessarily tire of it or think that it's monotonous. So that is a good thing for Virgo. And another thing with Virgo, and like the other earth signs, Taurus and Capricorn, is that there can be a little more inclination toward despondency. So I would say depression, at least slightly higher than average, could be a possibility for Virgo. And I'm talking about these signs, the sun, moon, and ascendant, when I'm talking about them, of course. And anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Zodiac Signs in Health, Part 1. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about Zodiac Signs in Health, Part 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.